Hello, and welcome back to Naturally Spiritual, where we correlate the spiritual with the natural. I'm
And
Cheryl,
I'm Sherry.
and we're here to either encourage someone
Okay.
or warn
Uh
someone,
oh.
right?
Uh oh.
That there is a thin line between right
Okay.
and wrong,
Okay. Yeah.
right?
Thin line walking.
Yes, because I'm
Walk
gonna
it, keep
tell
your
you what
balance.
happens. Yes. So here's the thing: a lot of times we can have the intention
Okay.
of doing the right thing,
Mm-hmm.
but we want to also hold on to the thing that's wrong,
Oh, the wrong stuff.
especially if the
Mhm.
wrong feels good to us,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
Because what I do know is the flesh wants what the flesh wants, right?
Right then and there.
Right. So what happens is when we're holding on to that little bit of wrong, although we're doing right,
we can sprinkle a little bit of
we'll
right in there.
sprinkle. We know we're doing
It
wrong, but
can't be all
we
wrong.
can sprinkle a little bit of the right, and then that we think that justifies
Okay.
the wrong
That
we're doing, right?
Yeah. Oh, you just said that.
Right?
Yeah, think about it. I mean, think about it. You
Mhm.
be doing all that wrong. This can't be out because he's doing it. She's doing
Right.
it. They,
There's
they're doing
they
it,
are.
and they said, okay,
Right.
you know.
Look, and I'm gonna take it right here in the natural. Here we go in the
Okay.
natural, right? We know that we have high blood pressure, we're diabetic, all that. So here we are in the natural. So we know what we need to do, right? To regulate all of that.
This little bit won't hurt.
This right here, it won't hurt just a little bit. But what I found out a long time ago, right? It doesn't take long at all, right? Because here's it. Look, sin will what?
Take you longer. Take you further than you wanted to go and keep you longer than you intended to be there.
So, not saying that it's a sin when I'm talking about trying to get yourself healthy. That's not what I'm talking. But what I'm saying is, so that little piece of whatever it is you're not supposed to be eating,
you can't eat just one,
right?
So you're gonna keep
eating it,
and
next thing you know, your blood pressure is really uncontrollable, right? So now you have to go to the doctor to get on medicine or can up your medicine because you hadn't done that little exercise, the right thing, right? You hadn't changed your diet, the right thing, right? So again, they're in the natural, the wrong is overpowering the right.
And that happens a lot of times in church. People think that what's acceptable out there should be acceptable in there,
right?
But there is
they don't
no
want to
place.
separate the
They
two.
don't want to separate the two, but you definitely have to. You know, you can say, "Hey, this is going on, that's going on,
right?
And it's okay because I'm not doing all of what I did out there,
right?
You know,
right? And if I could go ahead and back that up with scripture, sister, in Matthews 21, 12 and 13, listen, because they were bringing a whole lot of that from out there. They thought that it was okay to bring it in here. So, but listen, I'm getting ready to show you. There's no place for whatever you're doing out there. The wrong you're doing out there, there's no place for it in there, right? So again, in Matthew 21, 12 and 13, and Jesus entered the temple and drove out all who sold and bought in the temple. I'm gonna tell you what he was talking about. When you dive a little deeper and do a little study, he's talking about prostitution.
No place,
no place for it, no place in the church, right? And he overturned the tables of the money changers, in the seats of those who sold pigeons. Boy, can you imagine how angry he was? He came in there and flipped over some stuff
up in his own house,
right?
You saying I paid for it?
Do you know how violated you feel if someone comes in and disrespects your house, right?
And you tear up your own stuff.
Yeah, and you tear up your own. That's how mad you. Ooh, can you imagine how mad you? You know, Jesus had to be sick and tired, sick and tired, right? So he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold pigeons. And listen to what he said to them. He said to them, "It is written.
It is written.
My house shall be called a house of prayer. Don't you come in here defiling my house. What are you doing? But you make it a den of robbers."
Okay.
come up here, you don't lost your mind.
You don't lost your mind, but you have to think about
Right.
that, a time and a place. He says this place was designed to give me glory. How is what you're doing bringing glory
into my house?
There
right?
is absolutely no glory from what you're doing. You're saying you're coming in my name, but you really aren't. So I mean, so again, I'm saying you preachers who are up here and you're preaching and you're casting stones that have nothing to do with my word because you're in self. No place.
No place.
You okay? You ushers who are ushering people in, but you're also ushering in some bad attitudes.
You know, some ushers have a lot of bad. Ooh, they the ones with the worst attitudes, and they ones at the door people.
No place.
No place.
You deacons who are in here and you going after that man's wife. No place. No place. Say, oh, you deaconesses too now. Right. Don't get it twisted. You going after that woman's husband.
No
and
place.
And you, Lord, I pray for you to bless me with him. I'm not blessing you with that woman's husband, so you have to keep that stuff separate.
You have to.
Because otherwise God's saying, yeah, you were in the church.
That's it.
But that was about it.
That was about it.
But when it you know what? It just came to
a whole lot of discord.
Right. You sowing discord. They wasn't expecting Jesus, and they definitely were not expecting for him to come in there and flip over some stuff.
You know what? They weren't expecting
because they were good and comfortable in their marriage.
Very comfortable,
very good and comfortable.
So comfortable that they said, "I don't care. I don't care what the book says. Right. I'm doing it my way." Because you know, a lot of times people in their wrong, they get so offended, right? They get so offended. I'm grown. Okay, we know, right?
Right. But you think about it. It wasn't just one person that had him upset. It had to be a whole lot of people. So there was no accountability in there.
Right.
Nowhere. So we have to
hold some people in their right. Don't hold them in their mess.
Right. So yeah, we better go ahead and end it.
Yeah, because we're gonna take off. We'll keep going all day. So we better.
Right. Let's end it there like we always do with our commercial. Go ahead, these twins right here. Go ahead, like us and share us. Okay, talk to us, leave us some comments,
and hit that button.
Hit that subscribe button. All right.
And thank you for those of you who have already gotten this. And we hope that you are taking the time to look through it and reading and applying it to your life.
Exactly.
We have the videos, but it's in here also, because this right here, you can pick and choose what day, what day fits you. It's just like the Bible itself, right? You can look at it and get something different each time, right?
Exactly. All right, go ahead. And again, we thank you, and we just hope and pray that on this Holy Monday, the start of this Holy week,
right,
that you guys have an awfully, awfully, awfully blessed night.
Good night.